Title: The Footage. Emily Harrington was an avid collector of television shows, a passion that often had her combing through online forums and obscure websites for lost gems. Her fascination lay with the forgotten, the unseen, those unaired pilot episodes and abandoned series that haunted the annals of TV history. It was a Friday evening when she stumbled upon an obscure message board discussing a show called Echo Chamber *, a psychological thriller that was filmed but never aired due to its unsettling content. Intrigued, Emily dug deeper into the depths of the internet. She found whispers about the show, tales of the cast having nightmares, crew members experiencing unexplainable phenomena during filming, and a final episode that purportedly drew the ire of network executives. Curiosity piqued, she couldn't resist. She contacted individuals on the forum, who directed her to a shadowy streaming service that claimed to have the unaired episodes of Echo Chamber. With bated breath, she subscribed and sat down in her dimly lit living room. After searching through a cryptic catalog, she found Echo Chamber. It was a single episode labeled Final Cut. There were no reviews, no descriptions, just an ominous thumbnail featuring the show's lead actress, her wide eyes filled with dread. As the episode started, Emily was drawn in by the haunting opening credits. Shadows loomed in the background, and the music droned with an unsettling rhythm that sent shivers down her spine. The story unfurled in a nightmarish fashion, centering on a psychologist who treats a woman named Sarah, played by the actress in the thumbnail. The storyline quickly revealed that Sarah was part of a bizarre experimental therapy program designed to unlock the darkest recesses of the mind. The visuals were frenetic, interspersed with jarring cuts, flashes of faces distorted in horror, abandoned rooms, and whispers that seemed to emanate from the corners of the screen. Emily became captivated and horrified in equal measure as the story progressed. She believed she was merely watching fiction, but then strange things began happening in her apartment. The lights flickered at odd intervals, and the ambient sounds of her neighborhood seemed to fade away, leaving an unsettling silence. She brushed it off as her imagination running wild, the result of a late-night binge. As the episode reached its climax, the line between reality and fiction began to blur. Sarah, in a hushed tone, began to chant something, a series of numbers that felt both familiar and foreign. 2, 5, 7, eternal, no escape. Overwhelmed, Emily shivered at the screen as she noticed, in the background, familiar faces among the shadows. Faces she couldn't quite place, but recognized nonetheless. Their expressions hinted at desperation, as if they were calling out for help. Suddenly, Emily's phone buzzed, breaking her focus. A message flashed on the screen. "Do not watch alone." Chill crawling up her spine, she dismissed it as spam and tried to focus on the episode. But the characters seemed to disintegrate as they uttered those haunting words once again, their eyes morphing into dark voids that beckoned her closer. An inescapable dread settled in her gut. What was this show doing to her? She paused the episode, the screen flickering back to the eerie thumbnail, the woman's gaze now eerie, as if aware of her. Emily quickly glanced around the room as a low whisper slithered into her ears. "Emily, stay?" Quote. Heart racing, she shut the laptop, but her television flickered to life, showing the paused frame. It wasn't over. The actress's voice now filled the room. "You're a listener now. You wanted to know." Quote. The lights in her apartment began to flicker violently, mirrors reflecting shadowy figures seemingly stretching toward her. They were calling, begging for salvation. "You're not supposed to be here." Panic surged through her as she tried to escape to the door, but it slammed shut, locking her in. "No, this is just a show," she screamed, stumbling backward as the walls seemed to breathe in and out, absorbing her sounds. But then, the screen displayed the final image. All the faces had turned to her, mouths agape, their silent screams echoing within the confines of her mind. In a final act of desperation, she lunged for the laptop, hoping to close it and shut this nightmare out, but her fingers passed through it. The room was nearly dark now, only illuminated by the flickering blue light of the screen and the TV's static. Then, as silence reigned and the shadows surged, time seemed to freeze. Emily turned to the window, and beyond, she saw the world outside in twilight. However, with a dread realization, she understood what it meant. She was trapped in a different type of echo, a prison of her own making. As she turned back to the screen, she confronted the chilling truth. She had unwittingly joined them. The souls of those who had truly lost, forever haunted by the asterisk echo chamber. The screen flickered once last time before going black, and in the silence, Emily knew her name would be yet another face echoing in the void, an unaired episode forever lost to time.